First things first. Got to do the chores. Isn't that right, Matilda? A little bit of hay to start your day up in the tarp here. You got to keep the hay dry, because if the hay gets wet, well, then it gets gross. And some animals don't mind a little bit of dampness. Cows, not as fussy. But I'll tell you, I find these goats to be about the fussiest creatures on the face of the planet. So we give them, basically, whenever you talk about hay with goat people, they tend to reference square bales. If you look it up on the internet about how much you're supposed to feed a goat, they talk about it in square bale terms, flake. So when you break a square bale apart, it breaks off into little pieces like that. That's how the square baler packs the bale together. So one of those square pieces you break off is a flake. And well, these girls, well, they get overfed. They waste most of it. But a flake, you know, a flake a couple times a day for two goats this size is more than enough. And you can tell they're not starving, because you can see here, see how that hay is still green? It actually looks like the stuff in the bucket still. And then out here, this is all yellow and been rained on and wetted. So this is all hay that they've just pulled out of the bucket and threw on the ground for something to do instead of eating it. You guys want to come to work with me today? Test out some new camera gear. Look at this. See that little fuzzy mic there? We're at the big time now. Fridays are a good day for doing simple jobs. Because if you end on a simple job, then there's a lot less likeliness that the weekend is going to be interrupted with any sort of complications from what you did on Friday. So let's stick with that and focus a little more on shooting some film. So, oh my God. See what I mean? It's got to be a simple job. I can't even tie my own shoes. All right. Well, it's a good thing we tracked that mileage. I don't know if you can see that. 1 kilometer. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's good distance from home to a job site. 1 kilometer. Perfecto. I guess before we can do anything, we got to move this thing out of the way, because, you know, it's kind of blocking the walls we're supposed to work on. The old power ram. I know there's a lot of folks that do enjoy this type of thing, so why waste the opportunity? Test out the wireless mic. We'll leave that here with you. Jeez. God, I hope that was good for the video, because I'm gonna have to wait for that to clear out now. Now, what I'm liking about the wireless mic setup already is, if this is working, all you can see is the inside of the trailer, and you can hear what I'm doing, but you can't see what I'm doing. So I think that builds anticipation, don't you think? But we're getting real creative here, all right? We don't want this to be a work experience. We want this to be a cinematic experience. I just wanted to bring you up close and show you what we're working with here. We've got the new GoPro 10. Of course, the camera itself blinking at me. Media mod, you can see the little muff there. The light, I haven't used the light for anything and I'm not 100% certain. I could see how it would be handy. It's crazy bright. See, now if I touch you, you'll like see that? It's intense. I think it's got one more level. Yeah, like it's, and then that. I don't know what that's for. We'll turn it off. But it's cool, and I don't want to lose it, so there was another, what is it, a cold mat, shoe mount on the side, so I just leave it there. From the back, I mean, it just looks badass too, so, you know, that's awesome. The Rode Wireless Go 2, which of course has the microphone. Now that's going to take some doing to figure out because I don't really know how to set it up. I've done some test runs. Right now I've got it set at minus 15 decibels. So it gives me some wiggle room up or down to kind of see how that turns out. The Volta stick is here, plugs in to the back of the Media Mod and essentially overrides as a battery. So right here, you got your battery level indicator, it pops on. We're still up at 5 bars. And the whole time this is on, it doesn't charge when it's recording, but when this is off, it's throwing juice to that. So I'm still at 100%. I'm still at 100%, and I have filmed several clips now, which I find with this new GoPro 10, it eats them up pretty fast. But I'm not shooting 4K. I just got it set standard, like basic. It's just 1080p. I haven't experienced any overheating out of the GoPro 10, but again, same thing. I haven't shot anything in 4K simply because the computer that I'm going to edit on, it puts a little strain on her. So I think the quality's pretty good. The sound is what I was most worried about. And then of course the tripod setup here is the same. The Volta has a quarter. It's got a GoPro mount right here with the ears, and then I've just got it on a 1/4-20 adapter to go to the slick pan head with the pistol grip, just to level it out. Now, I do have one issue with this setup, okay? The tripod is by far the cheapest thing in the whole outfit, and see, it is the weak link, okay? But when the camera's sitting still, it's perfectly fine. We've just got a lot of weight in real estate from here up. So that in the future might be something that we have to address. But anyways, now you know what I'm rocking. That's what we're up to. And I mean, even this thing is cool. Look at, you can see the bar moving and all that kind of jazz. Let's get some sheets up on these walls. Lunchtime. I told you this was a good job for a Friday. Nice easy pace. Slow and steady. What do I got here? Leftovers. Nom, 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 nom. Now I guess what I should have done is I should have run the new Hero 10 with just its own battery. Let's see how well that performed. So I had a baseline. I had the Volta stick right off the get-go here. I don't know where I'm going. It's like there's a lunchroom I'm headed to. I can just sit and eat anywhere. I think I mentioned at some point in the video, I got a nice ladder to reach the top and I forgot it. So the customer's got this beauty stairwell thing here, but it's not like super conducive to carrying sheets of plywood up. So we're just gonna leave the top ring. I'm not gonna get this all done today anyways. And we'll stick with just the stuff I can reach off the little green ladder. Oh my God. Chicken and French fries. Oh my God. So salty. Hands down, the number one thing that I would say recommend, and I should have got right out of the gate, is this remote. I probably said that more than once. I love it. Other than I keep thinking I'm wearing a watch, all day I've been going like this. Yeah, and it doesn't tell you shit. I was going to share this detail with you. It's one that frustrates me quite a bit. You'll see here the transition. The wall stops here. We still have about 2 inches of concrete. And then we have this blue rigid insulation. So you cannot pass your final inspection with this insulation still exposed. It has to be protected from damage. So in this case, the client's chosen just to have me rip down a 2x6 material they already had, and then we just put a lip of OSB on it, and it doesn't look terrible. Like, it's gonna all be painted white, so it actually looks decent. It is frustrating though, and this is what really bothers me about it. If you want to put anything up against this wall, you still got about 4.5 inches to go. So your benches don't push up flat against the wall unless you make a custom step in the leg. And there's no way to get away from it. This is required. This blue styrofoam has to be R12, so 2.5 inches thick. And it used to only have to go down 2 feet. 2 feet below the top of the wall for frost. Now it has to go the full 4 feet. So from the top of your footing all the way to the top of the foundation has to be insulated. I think as recent as, I think it was about 3 years ago that changed. You didn't have to have this insulation poking out up top. So you could get away with a 6-inch concrete stem wall. You could frame on top of that and everything was flush. You'd never even know that you couldn't even see the foundation wall on the inside. It was beautiful for finishing. But now on this building, it was specified to be 8 inches thick concrete. If you're working with ICF block, they're going to spec that in a lot of times too. You're going to have an 8-inch concrete wall. And then the foam gets you. The foam gets you on the ICF blocks no matter what you do, because even at the 6-inch, you got 6-inch and then you got the foam sticking on either side. So you always build flush to the outside, but it's a killer on the inside. So, I mean, if somebody has a suggestion, what I usually do on stuff like shops that are maybe a little bit more, or just a different taste, there's no difference really, just the client's taste, is we do a step flashing out of steel, so colored steel to match the interior color of the building. That looks nice, but it's still frustrating because you always got this dang lip sticking out. And I'll tell you what, some guys, they cut it off after they get their final inspection. It's your building, you do what you like, I guess, but it needs to be there to get your final inspection signed off on. Way she goes, man. Government-made rules. Government-made rules. Energy efficiency. Because didn't you know, right here, this little bit of insulation, okay, it is going to save you so much in heating costs that I'm literally certain of this. They're going to save 15 dolphins' lives just with that. So don't even worry about you not being able to put your bench up flat against the wall and how frustrating that might be. Just think of those dolphins. All right, well, that's a wrap for today. Everything except that last row on the top, which we got seemingly have plenty of material left to accomplish that, I'm sure. I didn't count it up. I don't really care. Look at it, it's much better. The camera, I think it worked out well. The proof will be in the pudding. We'll edit the video. We'll see how the audio turned out. See what you guys think of the new gear. And here's a real unsung hero. The old GoPro 7. Been shooting time lapse all day. The whole time we've been here, it still has over half a battery. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive to me. I better put that truck back where we started. Better put that truck back where we found it. That's what I meant. Oh, that probably won't work, eh? And then I forget you got that mic clipped in. I should probably leave the mic here because it kind of needs it to record the sound, I would think. See, learning curve. All right.